Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are here with another episode of Midnight Therapy with your host, Kat Matthews. We are going to be covering a few topics on this show, but like I said, there is an election coming up, so we're going to have to talk about that a little. And there is a lot to talk about, but most importantly, I have a very at home news story to bring to you. I don't know if you know this, but I am from the historical Scranton area. People say nothing goes on in that town, but that's where the office is set. So that's something, you know. But also, a little thing happened. Joe Biden, the president of the United States, was in town today. So I do have to cover this a little because there's a breaking Facebook story going on with someone who encountered Biden today and didn't have great things to say. And I can't wait to explain this. This should be the most talked about news story in the world, but it's not going to be. But you're going to hear it here first from Kat Matthews, Midnight Therapy. Halloween is over. Came and went. And I'm sad it's over, but it was very fun. I had a good time. Now it is turkey time. I put the Thanksgiving grotesque turkey painting behind you so you can enjoy that. But we are going to be talking about a debate about holidays very soon. I'd like some answers in the comments. I know some of you are watching. Saw the comments went a little crazy last time. Thank you, you two commenters, for going back and forth a little. I like that engagement. It's good for the channel. It's good for the brand. So thank you. You know who you are. As always, this episode will be sponsored by the show's main sponsor, Three Saints Barbershop, located in historic downtown Jessup, Pennsylvania. Mike, you're the best. Hopefully, you guys watching will have the privilege of getting your hair cut or beard trimmed by somebody at Three Saints Barbershop, preferably Mike. I can't recommend him enough. He's the best. And he is the show's sponsor, and his business is sponsoring the show. So please check out Three Saints Barbershop, historical downtown Jessup, PA. They make this happen. This is a paid advertisement. All right, so what do we do? What do we get into here? There's so much. I guess I'll give you a little recap of Halloween. We had the walkthrough I told you about. It was very successful. I think we made 80 candy bags. My fiance, Christy, she's a very good human, better than me, better than I. She wanted to give the kids candy bags. Now, let me explain. A candy bag contains several pieces of candy. Not just one, several, and a juice box. And at first, I thought this was a little much. I'm like, why can't we just give them a Kit Kat mini? Like one, and that's enough. But no, we had to supply them with everything, like 5 pieces of candy and a juice box, and I don't know. But she was in charge of the candy. She went and got it at Sam's. And at first, she went like vegan healthy. There was like fruit snacks she bought, a granola bar, and like a vegan organic juice box. Not even a Capri Sun or a Hug or a Kool-Aid jammer. Halloween is unhealthy. It's supposed to be unhealthy. Stop making it healthy. So we had to go out and get chocolate to put in there to make it a little fun. But either way, we were up all night making these candy bags. And we gave them all away pretty much because we had a huge turnout. Put up a little Facebook post, put some signs, and sure enough, people came. It was like Disneyland. We had actors. They were scaring people. It was a good time. We had a bonfire. Again, Christy was in charge of the shopping. She confused the holidays a bit. She thought it was the 4th of July. She bought 12 packs of hot dogs and I don't know, four or 5 different potato salads, like the big jugs. No one ate any of it. Maybe 5 hot dogs went. I'm not mad, but wrong holiday. Wrong holiday. People just want to eat candy on Halloween, not so much hot dogs. We were thinking about giving them away. Not to like the trick-or-treaters, but like people leaving the party. Because we also had adults over to have a party, a couple beverages. We almost said, hey, thanks for coming. Here's a pack of Nathan Snappers for the road. But no, we have them. And Christy went away for the weekend. She's down in Florida, so that will be what I eat. I can't cook much, but I can prepare a hot dog. And as you know, if you're a fan of the show, I prefer them boiled. Something about a boiled hot dog. Don't crucify me. It's a free country for now. For now. So Halloween was fun. We're gonna get into the Christmas debate later, but now let's get into this. What happened since the last podcast, which was only like a week ago. So much has happened. Um, Trump went on Rogan, of course, had like 50 million views in 5 days, and then JD Vance goes on Rogan. What are the odds? Now, JD Vance, I thought was a robot or a clone at first, as I said in a couple episodes ago, a while back. When I was so shy, I didn't even know who he was. No one did really, I don't think. But he kind of, I don't know, he's coming around. I don't know. He's growing on me a little. He's normal. He's definitely a politician. He's your status quo, articulate, smart, well-spoken politician. I mean, that's not really desirable for me because I think you could train someone to be that way. Like a smooth talking person, a silver-tongued devil, as you wish, whatever you want to call it. But I still think he's kind of a good guy. Like he gives off genuine qualities. I mean, maybe it's just the act. It probably is just the act. Everybody in Washington's kind of a liar, but so be it. He does Trump's logistical work. Trump can't really speak well. He has a cadence and a style that's his own. But JD could kind of give you those soundbite answers and answer a question without a big story. So that was nice to further explain points on Rogan. You got to hear that. It's unfortunate we didn't get to see that Kamala on Rogan. I think that was a grand mistake on her part and her campaign's part, to be honest, because as I said, I checked again with the Call Her Daddy. It's still 700 some thousand views. It was up for like almost 4 weeks. JD and Trump together, they're at like over 50 million, and it's been under a week. So the reach of Rogan, the Rogan reach, is immensely powerful. So I don't know what happened there. You can make your assumptions what happened there. I just don't think she wanted to go on that show. Just like Trump didn't go on Call Her Daddy yet, but that'd be cool if he did, wouldn't it? Imagine him talking about Stormy Daniels on Call Her Daddy. Be kind of cool. It wouldn't hurt him, I'll tell you that. But there's only a couple days. I don't think you're going to see any crazy surprises with podcasts, but you are going to see some surprises. I don't know what's going to happen. This is like the final countdown here. Thank God, because it's anxiety inducing at this point. It's just so annoying. Who knows what's going to happen? But we're going to find out, and that's half the fun. Like I said, Kamala seemed to hit the ground running. I went about talking about this very carefully in the past, but I'm just going to say it. Like, it seems that the media and these ideologies have so much power, and I often wonder like how much power they have. But we saw that they have the power to make your perception of someone change completely overnight. Like I said, this is not an opinion. This is not me being critical, but Kamala Harris was the least popular person in the Democratic primaries, dropped out the earliest. Wasn't really liked that much, was a very uneventful vice president until the final stretch, until 3.5 years in. And then overnight, she became like this insane figure of popularity, hope, and status overnight, like changed the perceptions of so many people. And I just find that so odd. So with that being said, of course, the ideology has many factors to it, and that includes entertainment. They have the entertainment industry on a leash, essentially. So the celebrity appeal for Kamala was crazy. There was like Beyonce. I saw even good old Springsteen came out for her today. But I'm telling you, I don't know if you've been noticing it, it's not doing what it used to do. I think it's insulting to say, hey, look, this entertainer likes this politician, so should you. And I think people did fall for that for a long time, but I think now they're like, yeah, that's nice, but I'm going to make my own opinion. So that's weird. That's a weird development. Usually that works. He's like, Trump has nobody to play at his inauguration. What a loser. But it's like now it's like, yeah, I don't really care about that. I don't really care about that. They're entertainers. They'll do anything for a gig. A lot of these people that are endorsing Kamala Harris are actors and entertainers, and what's their job? They're there to perform. Actors specifically are there to act and play a role. So I don't know. I wouldn't take that too serious if an actor tells you to like something. So, anyways, I'm not seeing that. I think her honeymoon phase is over now. It seemed like she was going to blow Trump out of the water in the beginning, but that kind of faded. And now Trump is like, it feels like Trump is in Rocky Four and he's Balboa. And they're like, she is human. She's cut. Keep hitting. And like she's hurt a little now. And Trump's just swinging away at Ivan Drago. And the music's getting heavier and crazier. That's what it seems like. And I'm going to explain why. The Rogan podcast, of course, put Trump over the top, but it seems like we have to talk about Joe Biden again. Joe Biden, either he is making errors unintentionally, or this is my conspiracy theory. So don't take it too serious. I'm just hypothetical here. Maybe he is sabotaging Kamala Harris's campaign on purpose because he feels that he was wronged by the Democratic Party for making him step down. And he feels that he's the rightful, you know, Democratic nominee. And now he's salty and angry. Who knows? It seems like that might be what he's doing. He did put on a MAGA hat the one day and he kept it. I'm just saying. But recently, let's cover some stuff. Of course, you probably heard of this, but the Madison Square Garden speech Trump did, that was kind of huge. Never heard of a politician playing Madison Square Garden. That's usually like the biggest gig for an entertainer. Like if you do Madison Square Garden, that's huge. But a politician to do an event there is crazy. And he did. Had some crazy speakers. Hulk Hogan was there. But oddly enough, Kill Tony Hinchcliffe goes there. When I saw he was there, like, this isn't going to be good. Tony Hinchcliffe is almost like the new Jeff Ross of roasting. He's a great on the spot roaster. I watch his show. If you watch his show, very inappropriate, but that's his appeal. He's a dirty comic. Never did he ever say he was clean. If you want clean, get Jim Gaffigan or somebody else. But Tony Hinchcliffe, he is the dirtiest, the lowest blowest of all comedians today. But they hire him, and of course he does what he does. That's what you paid him to do. I don't think he went through any extreme vetting. I'm sure he said, I kind of like Trump. I'll do it. I'd be honored. And probably the younger guys that are running Trump's campaign said also be great. Hinchcliffe goes up there, says something that could have been career suicide for him, but I don't think so. But he's not going to get any nice corporate gigs. He's not going to get on SNL. He's not going to get, what I'm saying? After that comment, the Puerto Rico garbage comment, as you all know. So then that looks kind of bad for Trump, and it should have been bad for Trump. But then what does Joe Biden do? He gives Trump a gift, like Hillary gave Trump a gift in 2016 with the deplorables comment. Remember, she called half the country deplorables. The Trump supporters were deplorables or irredeemable. That was an October surprise. And then you get Biden. He goes on an interview. Should have just called out Tony Hinchcliffe. Should have said that. But instead, Biden calls all Trump supporters garbage. Not good. Not good. Not a good move. I'm sure the Kamala Harris campaign didn't want that or approve of that comment. They tried to take it back. He really couldn't. You can't really take it back. He said it and it happened. So what does Trump do? And what is Trump's marketing team doing? Like they have to have some young guys on there. Like with the McDonald's stunt. They're thinking creative. They're doing some crazy stuff. Like him or hate him. This is some interesting political moves in the campaign, I will say. Trump rolls up in a garbage truck. In a garbage truck that has Trump on the side of it, and he embraces the garbage title. Like he's like, we are garbage. And he had a vest on. He had a garbage man's vest on, and he was going to take it off, but he said it made him look slim. Someone told him that, so he kept it on and did a rally in a garbage man vest. I'm sorry, but it is looking kind of like a slam dunk here. These are weird October surprises, and they're only benefiting Trump at this time. So I don't know. Right now, if you asked me, it looks like it's going to be Trump. Even the mail-in early voting came out, and it was like a dead tie. So that's not good. Usually Democrats win that, the mail-in voting, traditionally, the early voting. So I don't know what to say. Looking weird. There's still time. It is Saturday right now. We have Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday. We have 3 days. A lot could happen. Who knows what's happening? A lot of weird stuff happening. I mean, in the world, you got North Koreans in Russia training, joining the army in Russian gear. Looking weird. Who knows? But that's my little political recap for you right there. I'm telling you, this all seems like a simulation. I talk with my friend Eric all the time, my best friend. You know him very well. Talk about him more than I talk about most people on the show. We predicted all this kind of stuff in a Dunkin'. I'm telling you. And if Eric's listening, he knows. Like that's something we would have said. Like, what if Trump was in a garbage truck and he's like, "Hello, garbage. What's up, my fellow garbage?" That's something we would have said. That's not too far off. Or like, what if Hinchcliffe went on? Like, what if Kill Tony went up and did a Kill Tony set at a Trump rally at Madison Square Garden? That's something we would have said. And now it's happening. I don't know. It's getting weirder and weirder. That's all I could say. Weird. We had this other prediction, so I guess we'll get it out here because if it happens, we could claim that I don't know, have some fortune telling, future prediction skills. We used to make this joke, well, recently actually, like how Musk is with Trump now. What if they start making like MAGA bots and they're like Terminator Trump robots and it's all dystopian? And he's like, roll out the MAGA bots, and they're like they have red hats and they're just like surveillance Terminator robots and they're like, I don't know, you could have fun with what they do, but they're just like cops, but not really. I don't know, crazy. But what if that happens? Like, what if Elon Musk makes him a MAGA bot? I don't know. Just throwing it out there. If MAGA bot is ever a thing, I came up with it. Me and Eric came up with it. We also thought it'd be like Plan Z, Plankton from the SpongeBob movie, like it's all dystopian and messages come on like these big screens every once in a while. It's just Trump talking about what he did and what his opposition didn't do. Now, this is dystopian. I don't want this, by the way, to clarify. I'm not saying I want this. I'm saying if it happens, we kind of saw it coming. We kind of saw the rich billionaire, Elon Musk, maybe teaming up in a weird way with Trump. I don't know. Who knows what could happen? Maybe Trump will be a cyborg, could be like 100 years old and still be running the country, half robot like Darth Vader. I don't know. But what if these big screens came up and it was just Trump talking about his achievements? Like you're walking down the street and it's like, and it comes on. And it's like, because of me, all the kids have Big Macs for lunch instead of Michelle Obama's fruit. Like, what if that happens? You heard it here first. Midnight Therapy. Not saying I want it, by the way. Just saying could happen. But to conclude, it does seem like Biden is intentionally sabotaging Kamala Harris's campaign. And I'm going to tell you why. Back to Scranton to segue back. My fiance says I'm the best at circling back. Like I could go on a 30-minute rant and then circle back to something I said an hour ago. But I'm doing that right now. So Biden, here in town, in Scranton, the Electric City, doing some last minute campaigning for Kamala Harris. And granted, I do see a lot of last minute Kamala Harris stuff. There's people walking around all the neighborhoods asking people to vote for Kamala. It's crazy. I've been seeing them a lot. Not one person doing it for Trump, though. I will say that. But Biden's here. He claims he's from here. So I grew up here, Northeast PA. Biden claims he's from Scranton. He lived there when he was 4 years old and then he moved away. But he still claims he lives here. So he comes back every once in a while and people get really, some people get really excited. Like if you're 65 and older and you're a lifelong Democrat, you get excited that Biden comes and you go see him at, I don't know, wherever he goes. He doesn't go to big places. He'll go to like a high school gym or something. But he comes all the time. He comes all the time. We named a couple roads after him. The Scranton Expressway got renamed the Biden Expressway. People weren't happy about that, mostly because it was bad for wayfinding. Like you didn't know where Scranton was if you were on the major highway. You just said Biden Expressway. And you're like, is that Scranton? I don't know. And then they changed this one street called Spruce Street. And there was this ice cream shop. Shout out to you. I think they went out of business because of this. It was called Scoops on Spruce, and then they changed the street name to Biden. So Scoops on Biden didn't quite ring as well. That happened. Messed up the GPSs. It was all weird. Anyways, Biden's in town today, and I got this story first. I wish I had your name. I saw your Facebook post. I'll put it in the comments later. But I got this from Facebook, so don't quote me. I'm not saying it's true, but this is what this woman said. Biden visited a Dunkin' Donuts, and he was buying donuts for people. He was bribing people with donuts I'm kidding, but he bought $600 worth of donuts from this Dunkin' in Scranton, and he left no tip. And he left the Dunkin' out of donuts for everybody else. They were out of donuts for the whole day. They ran out completely, bought all of them, and left no tip. Wow. And now the people at Dunkin' are really upset. And they put a post up about it and tagged him in it. They said, "Thanks for ruining our business. Now we have to tell everybody no donuts left, and you didn't even tip us." If this isn't political sabotage, nothing is. He wants Kamala Harris to lose. He's going to join Trump's team. Telling you, this is crazy. This is a breaking development. Nobody heard about this. $600. Cleaned them out of donuts and left no tip. No tip. Unbelievable. It's not looking good. It seems he is sabotaging Kamala, and now he's doing it with donuts in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is a critical state. It's a swing state. It's purple, like Grimace. And that little donut stunt might have just put Trump over the top. And if Trump finds out about that, he's going to go in there and give every worker an $800,000 tip. You know, don't let him find out about that. He'll buy a donut truck. He'll buy a Dunkin'. Telling you, setting him up with spikes. Trump, they're just lobbing. They're lobbing pitches in for him. He's just hitting home run after home run. Crazy. I didn't see it happening, but who knows? A couple days, a lot could happen in a couple days. So yeah, you heard it here first about the Dunkin' fiasco, the Biden Dunkin' Donuts Grand fiasco. You heard it here first. All right, let's move on. That's my political recap for today. Like I said, Halloween's over, and this is a debate. We're gonna wrap this up kind of soon because I can't keep going on forever here. I could, but I'm not gonna. This is the debate, and I want some comments. I know you guys have the ability to comment, and I'd like to see it. So I need a debate here. It is now Christmas time, in my opinion. Some say no, you have to wait till after Thanksgiving. But here's my debate. You hear this a lot on social media. Christmas is a season. Thanksgiving is a day, and actually, it's just a meal. But Christmas is a season that starts the day after Halloween. And prove me wrong. Feel free to prove me wrong if you wish. But after Thanksgiving, it's just not quite long enough. You have to start Christmas like now if you want to get everything done and feel festive. Because after Christmas, you have a little grace period after Christmas where you're not terribly crippling depressed until New Year's. But after that, it's just cold, terrible winter. And there's like no real holidays. You have like, I don't know, Valentine's Day and St. Patrick's Day, but really nothing for a while. That January, February is pretty depressing. So you gotta make it last. You gotta let the cold time be the fun, jolly, whimsical cold time and not the sad, dark, depressing cold time. So you gotta start your Christmas preparation now. And I will debate all of you on that. There's too many movies to watch and there's too many halls to deck, if you will. So yeah, for example, like the Dollar Tree and Walmart have had Christmas stuff out for 2 weeks now because they know what's up. And as soon as Christmas is over, they'll have back to school stuff out, even though school's still going on for a few more months because they're ahead of the game. They're capitalists. Everybody, they're good. As soon, depending on this election, $1.25. You think that's a lot? It's going to be like it's already like that. It's going to be just they'll call it like the affordable store. It won't even be Dollar Tree anymore because there's already a Dollar Tree Plus aisle with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, $10 items, which I think is just madness. Save that for Dollar General or Family Dollar, but not Dollar Tree. The whole point of going to Dollar Tree is for it to be $1 or close to it. $1.25 is acceptable. $2 wouldn't be. There would be riots if it was the $2 store. It's nope. Anyways, they're ready for Christmas. You should be too. I'm ready for eggnog. I almost bought it the other day. I was told no. I'm gonna get it next time. November is time for eggnog. I did buy the Little Debbie Christmas cakes, the Santa, the trees. Those trees. Oh my God! Can we talk about those? About 2 boxes. They're already gone. They're very hard to get. I'll probably never see them again. That's why I should have probably bought all of them. I bought 2. I thought that would be enough, but they're gone. Those are very addicting. Studies need to be done on them because you could make homemade cookies and stuff, but nothing's quite as good as ripping that plastic baggie open and you eat it. You don't even chew it. It just like slides down your throat and you get a dopamine overload. I don't know if you know that. And everyone says, "Oh, they taste the same as all the other Little Debbie's." No, they don't. The cakes are the tree cakes are the best. The Little Debbie tree cakes are the best. Your mom or your grandma never made anything close to that. I don't care what you say. Nothing is that good. You could. It's just like a fluff. It just goes in. Jackpot. Then you're a little sad after, and you eat another one, and you're like, "Christmas is great. I love Christmas." Yeah, we got those. They're gone. They are the best though. So please check that out. Um, Yes, like I said, I want to hear about you. Let me know if you ever had the pleasure of having a little Debbie tree cake. Let me know if you think Christmas is a season, or if you think, like, when do you think Christmas starts? Does it start after Halloween or after Thanksgiving? That's pretty much what I'm looking for here from you people. Um, I don't know. I just want to hear from my audience. Like, tell me more about you. Have you ever had a McDouble with mac sauce on it? They're pretty good. I call that the poor man's Big Mac. I have. I'm gonna go get one today, probably after the show. Like I said, my fancy's gone, and I don't know how to cook, and I'm out of Lunchables and rice, which is the only thing I really know how to make. It's not as easy as it looks to make the pizza Lunchable, though. You got to have some skill to do that one. Yeah, these are the questions we should be asking politicians. I will say, it's like, what are you gonna do for the economy? Like I said, with these politicians, they have all these fluff answers. They're lawyers. They're articulate. Oh, we're gonna do this, and it's, ask them. Do you think the Little Debbie tree cake tastes different than the other Little Debbies? And if so, why? Open ended style. We should ask them. Have you ever had so little money that you couldn't get the Big Mac and had to settle for the McDouble with the Mac sauce on it? And did you find that it was better because it didn't have the middle bun and had more condiments on it, like mustard and ketchup? And the lack of lettuce didn't affect the quality. If a politician hears that and answers it, that's probably the one. You fry their brain, like their brain is a machine, like it's like an open AI. That would probably fry the open AI. It'd be like, never onions, pickles, mac sauce. Like, it might freak them out. They might not answer. That's how you get to know someone. Ask them weird questions. Even for people that need advice, this is like therapy here. We're incorporating more therapy. That's the goal. For people that are single out there, if you really want to get to know someone, ask the weird questions. Don't text like, "Hey, what's up? How you doing? What you doing? I love Netflix." Don't do that. Hit them with a life changing weird question. Be like, "Who do you think was the first guy to drink a cow's milk, and how did he do it?" Leave it open ended. Not yes or no. But leave it open ended. Be like, "Do you think, like, I don't know? You think that was a little weird? What do you think of that?" That's how you find love, and that's how you find out who people are. That's how you can find out how politicians are. We don't do any of that. But the podcast was a good start. Joe Rogan thing was a good start. Now that is the main form of getting to know a politician. I think that changes trajectory forever. Now we will not settle for less than a 3 hour open forum interview, which is nice. Better than those stupid news shows where you get sound bites and buzzwords out of somebody in 10 minutes, not even 4 minutes. So that's cool. Um, if I ran things, this is how I would run things. I have a lot of ideas. I'll go over them one day, but I don't know. I don't want to put them all out there. Some of them are just experimental. But if I was in charge, things would be different. I'll tell you that. Me and Christy, we had this great idea the other day for peace in America. Here's what should happen: the winner of the presidential election becomes the president, and the loser becomes the vice president. How cool would that be? So Trump wins, and then Kamala is the VP. And if Trump gets out of hand, he could get impeached, and then she takes over. You know what I'm saying? There'd be checks and balances, and then she would still have a say, and he would consult with her. But because he won, he still has the upper hand and a little bit more power, and vice versa. Imagine Kamala wins, and then Trump is still the VP in the background. That's kind of nice. Makes more sense than just picking a random person. You're going to be second in command if I win. Okay. How stupid. Like, no offense, but Tim Walz. Imagine Tim Walz being the president. He was like a teacher and a coach not too long ago. And like he could very well, be the president. I think a lot of us said that about Kamala Harris too. They were like, well, that's weird. She could just be the president because there was a really good chance Biden wasn't making it. And he didn't make it to the next term. He dropped out. But anywho, I think we could fix some of these systems one day. Anyways, things are going to get weird. Little Debbie cake cookies are delicious. Biden didn't tip on donuts here in Scranton. I'm probably the only one covering that story, or the first one. It is officially Christmas season. Debate me. I don't care what you say. It's Christmas time right now. And we're going to be doing a lot of Christmas content on this show because I do love Christmas. And that is it. Not promising if I'm going to have another episode before this election, but there is going to be an election related episode before, during, or after. And hopefully there'll be a guest on. Trying to set that up. I'm going to be on another podcast early November. I'll share those details later. But until then, buckle up. We're finally here. This is the final stretch, a couple days away. Who knows what's going to happen? But I know it's going to be interesting. That's all I know. And either way, whatever happens, the ads are going to stop. I'm going to have eggnog and hopefully Little Debbie tree cakes to enjoy the chaos that comes with it. So with that being said, stay curious, my friends. One more big shout out to the show's sponsor, Three Saints Barbershop, located in historical downtown Jessup, Pennsylvania. Gotta look good for the election. You gotta look good for what happens after the election. You gotta look good for Christmas season, which is now. And you gotta look good for that meal that occurs in between Christmas season, which is called Thanksgiving. I feel like stovetop stuffing could be a meal all year, but we only eat it on Thanksgiving. That's quite weird. Even the whole meal itself, Thanksgiving dinner, we could eat that. You should have turkey all year. Instead, we make it like a turkey genocide day where all the turkeys die on the same day. It's actually kind of terrible. It's like we've been fattening you up and you're all going to get like thousands of millions of you are going to get slaughtered on this day. It's kind of weird if you think about it. The original stuffing is weird too. They used to go up the butt of the turkey. Some would call it butthole bread. I find that quite odd. Anyways, stay curious, my friends. Till next time, good night.